Hey y'all, and welcome back to Caitlyn's Corner. So as you know, this week we have been reading some bee books because of Bee Appreciation Day on August 15th. So today I have for you Beekeepers. So if you're ready, we're going to get started with Beekeepers. Alright. The springtime sunshine pours like warm honey from the sky as Grandpa and I stand on the back porch before our morning chores. So they are taking in that sunshine before they get started for the day. We dress long-sleeved white coveralls, boots, gloves, and straw hats with veils of mesh. So they are getting dressed for the day. We walk across the grass, dew misting our boots, past the barn, the pond, the trees, and into the bee yard. They have a whole bee yard. The wooden hives are stacked high, fronts facing the sun, backs to the barn, with a brick on each hive. So there's the beehives. Good morning, honeybees, Grandpa calls into the quietness. His eyes sparkle behind the net of his hat. I look up and see pods of pollen, purple and pink, yellow and orange, blue and red and green, gathered from springtime flowers and trees, clinging to some of the bees. Every color of the rainbow, says Grandpa. The pollen gatherers have been working hard, and now it's our turn. So as beekeepers, you also have to work hard too. I lift off the bricks and pry off the top covers with my hive tools, as Grandpa gives the bees a puff of smoke from his bee smoker to quiet them and keep them from flying. Remember September? Grandpa asks. All the bricks standing on end. And July, I chime. He nods, and I smile, thinking of honey harvest times. So they are excited to start harvesting the honey. I close my eyes, seeing the clear honey in the combs, capped with snow white wax. I take a deep breath, remembering the sweet smell of spun honey. Best open your eyes, Grandpa whispers. There's a swarm starting. Uh-oh, you might want to keep an eye out for a swarm of bees. But I bet that honey smells delicious. My eyes fly open and I catch my breath, scared. The sky darkens and buzzing fills my ears, making my head spin. Grandpa chuckles softly, eyes to the sky. Beautiful, he whispers. The hum of bees' wings grows louder and louder, and my heart races with the sound. The bees are swarming everywhere. Standing still, I hardly dare to breathe as the bees twirl down like a tornado, swirling and whirling every which way. Above Grandpa and me, then clustering on the branch of a tree. Goosebumps sting my arms, and I shake, wishing the swarm would settle. Ooh, that could be a little scary. But good thing they have their protective clothing on. Grinning, Grandpa grabs his swarm gathering tool, a long pole with a hook on the end, and an empty hive to place beneath the swarm. He hands me the pole. Dislodge the swarm, he says. My heart flies to my throat. Bringing down the bees has always been Grandpa's job. What if they don't come, I ask. Trembling, Grandpa smiles. They'll come, he says. So Grandpa's sure that she can get the bees down. I take a deep breath, then hoist the pole into the cloud of bees. Slowly, I pull down the branch, shake it, and the mass of bees plops down. The swarm swirls around, and soon thousands of bees are facing the hives, heads bowed down and tails held high. I sneak a glance at Grandpa and grin. As the bees zoom into the hives, Grandpa reaches over and takes the pole, propping it against the fence. Their new home, he says. As we watch the bees, they're settled, so the queen must be safe and sound in the hive. So they had to transfer the hives so that they can get the honey from the other hives. We leave the bee yard, walking past the trees, the pond, the barn. A swarm in May is worth a load of hay, says Grandpa as we walk. A swarm in June is worth a silver spoon, I say. A swarm in July isn't worth a fly, we say together, laughing. Grandpa lifts off his bee veil. Why do bees swarm, I ask. Taking off my veil and gloves, Grandpa shrugs. Why do spiders spin? He asks. We look at each other and smile. You're a fine keeper of bees, Grandpa says. First honey chunk of the season is all yours. I nod, proud, as we walk up the porch steps and into the house. Springtime sunshine like warm honey across our backs. And that is the end of that one. So I hope you enjoyed this sweet, warm story about bees and being a beekeeper. I hope you enjoyed some facts this week. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.